Hey, what's up guys, this is Gigatitan bringing you the 4th Metronome War Battle Quest. So yeah, right now I've decided, I made like a bunch of new guys, as you can see right there, and they're all most of them were guys that you guys wanted to see, so I went ahead and stuck them on there. So and if you guys are unfamiliar to the Metronome Wars, it's basically all these guys, no metronome, that's it. So let's see who wins. So I go ahead and I send out Deoxys and Arceus first, and obviously I'm using the action replay because, you know, metronome, none of these guys are really supposed to know it. So yeah. Anyways, Deoxys uses Substitute, and that actually is pretty good because now he can sweep if it gets a good move. And all these guys have life orbs and are EV'd in attack and special attack, just so you can do maximum damage. So Mew uses Metronome, and then it actually gets Lunar Dance, which is bad because he doesn't. It heals the HP of the next guy coming out, but since we just started, there's no point. So pretty much it just killed itself. So I go ahead and I send out, the computer sends out Raikou, and it becomes. It gets healed, but it had full HP, so that was just kind of a waste. So that's good for me though, because one knocked out and I didn't have to do anything. So Entei uses Hidden Power, and it actually does a little bit of damage, but not too much. Life Orb hits it with Recoil, and then I use Metronome. What a shock! And then I get off a Clamp on Entei though, so it's actually super effective. And this is part 1, because this is a really long battle, because, you know, sometimes you get unlucky and nothing really happens. So this is a pretty long battle, so there will be a part 2 coming up after this, just so you know. And so Arceus uses Arm Thrust, and it doesn't even have arms. Well, apparently it's supposed to have 1,000, but it only hit twice, so I don't know where the rest of those 1,000 arms went. But so the Metronome gives Raikou Nature Power, which is good because Tri-Attack is actually a pretty good attack. It has, you know, pretty good power with it, and it has the chance of Burn, Paralyze, or Freezing. But it doesn't get any of those, unfortunately. Well, unfortunately for them, but not for me. So Entei uses Metronome now, and then it uses Sonic Boom, which actually looks really cool in this game. It's like boom. It only does 40 damage, I believe. 40? Yeah. Probably. But it's a fixed damage, so it doesn't matter, you know. So that's why Deoxys, the Substitute didn't break. So Deoxys uses Metronome from the safety of its little dinosaur thing and uses Brave Bird and knocks out Entei. And I would have loved to see that Deoxys do that, but it's in its Substitute, so that kind of sucks, but still. So Entei gets knocked out now, and so their numbers are just, they're losing guys quick. So Arceus uses Metronome, and then it gets Revenge, and this actually does a lot of damage. It does quite a bit to Raikou for it not being very powerful. So Raikou uses Metronome now, and then it actually pulls off a Rapid Spin, which is kind of funny because he's not even spinning. It just has this little hurricane thing in front of his face. So just look at he's getting attacked by like a swarm of flies or something. And so they go ahead and they send out Mesprit. As you can tell, all these guys are legendaries, and so you know, makes it a little quicker because they have more attack power and better defense and stuff. So overall, it still goes a little quicker. So Icicle Spear hits Raikou, and it actually doesn't knock it out. Raikou barely hangs on. So Arceus uses Ingrain, and just sends like a bunch of little roots. Maybe those are its arms, but that wasn't 1,000. So Raikou uses Metronome. Yeah. And it uses Trick Room, which is really cool because I love Trick Room. But it's bad for me though, because most of my guys are actually quicker than their team, so that actually was pretty bad. So Mesprit uses Submission, and there's like a little like spin. I don't even know how it's supposed to hurt. It just kind of did like a little like pansy little like somersault in midair, like a backflip. But it did knock up the Substitute, so I don't really care that much. So Arceus loses, or no, it doesn't lose HP, it gains HP with Ingrain. So then Mesprit uses Metronome, and it pulls off a Leech Life, which is actually good because it's super effective. There's a little no pansy backflip, but those fangs came out of the sky and pretty much killed it. So Deoxys got owned. So it's like little fruit twistable arms. I don't know what. I was like, I hope they don't get sued for that. So Raikou uses Metronome, and then it pulls off an overheat, which is cool because that actually does a bunch of damage, and it easily knocks out Arceus, who really didn't have that much HP. So Arceus gets knocked out, so it like floats up. It's kind of cool. And then Raikou gets knocked out from the recoil of Life Orb, and this is also just the whole Life Orb thing is to do more damage and make it take damage, so then the whole battle just ends quicker, so I can fit it in more time. So I send out Groudon, they send out an Azelf, and then I also send out Dialga. And Drought makes it sunny, but the Trick Room is still up. So Mesprit goes first and uses Metronome, and then he uses Nature Power, which is kind of cool because, you know, it's another move that gets used twice during the battle. He uses Tri Attack, and unfortunately it hits Dialga though, so it doesn't do very much damage. But Mesprit takes a little recoil, and then Groudon uses Metronome, and it uses Transform, which is hecka funny. So Groudon transformed into a Zelf, which is pretty big difference, so I don't really know how he managed to pull that off. And we're nearing the end of part 1 here, so just a thing to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Part 2 should be uploaded very shortly after this one, and if it's been a while after this one uploaded, it should be up already. So anyways, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, and yeah, so stay tuned for part 2, and I'll see you guys later.